So you say.
Says the choo-choo train.
Oh, you're good. You're already up.
Oh, hold on.
I know. Like, I forgot I already had mine stuff muted. I'm so excited. Oh, why did I think about mine? It's so bright.
I would like to welcome everybody to the third annual. It's still 2024 in California on the West Coast, wherever you are. I hope you are having a great evening here in the House of Sewing. I'm going to be doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Twin, how are you doing? How are you doing this evening?
I can't believe I'm still up. Like, that should just be a congratulations right there. Like, it is worth it.
And I want to thank you. I would like to thank you for still being
It's 1:30
awake.
in the morning. New Year's already happened. Saw the fireworks. It was beautiful.
It
So
is
now I'm here to hang out with you.
It's 10:31. Hey, Rita, how's it going? And shalom.
Hi, shalom.
Woo, woo.
Welcome. Oh, I missed you yesterday, Shalom. I'm just gonna say that right out loud. I missed you. Look at the replay. I called you out. I was like, where is she? I need her in my life.
Where art thou, Shalom?
Yes. I missed you.
Oh, let's get Sanford and Son going. This is the third year of me reminding everybody. You and Jess, I can't believe us.
Rita, we're doing this together, Rita. We can do this.
3 years ago, it dawned on me that there was a heavy East Coast bias, and so I figured I'll do a stream. So it is still 2024 in the state of California, in the state of my mind, in Oregon, Washington, Vancouver, we see you.
Do you have a fireworks display for us?
Alaska. Funny you would say that. Not around here. And I know you're not listening, but to the guy in my neighborhood who set off fireworks and had not one.
It's okay, Shalom.
Not two, but 3 sheriff's department helicopters circling the neighborhood. Thank you. Somebody in my neighborhood owns a firework factory. I'm not kidding you. Every it doesn't matter what the holiday is, what the occasion is, they're setting off fireworks. And in the state of California, fireworks are way illegal. Absolutely, Shalom. Absolutely. Thank you.
Like, we all know the East Coast is the best. It's okay. I know.
we call them the same thing. The same thing.
Oh, those ghetto birds.
But it made me laugh because usually there's one. There was 3. They were trying to catch this guy.
Oh, helicopters are ghetto birds?
Yeah. Because in that's actually an Ice Cube song. I had that album. It was called Lethal Injection. I had the tape. Shout out to people who own tapes.
Never really listened to him. I don't know. Never got into him.
When it comes to the music in general, I'm an encyclopedia. But when it comes to 90s music, I'm a savant.
80s is mine.
Yay, they're illegal in Arizona, also except for safe and sound. Exactly. So I can see on my camera, it's like I live near an elementary school. It's a big, long story, but it's obviously somewhere on the other side of the field. Those cops, they were looking. My mom called me and she's like, what's going on? I said, oh, they're finally trying to catch that guy who has the fireworks around here.
That's hilarious. Oh.
Hey, Kilroy, how's it going?
Hey, Kilroy.
Yay.
Without a license. Mm-hmm.
Big fireworks used to be legal without a license here. They repealed the law because people would just go to another state. We were actually just having that conversation right now.
Absolutely. So in North Carolina, they're illegal, but in South Carolina, they're not. So we can just go to south of the border, grab some, and come home. Absolutely.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's
hour and a half, 2-hour round trip. You find them everywhere on the border. Everywhere.
You know what trips me out is that fireworks are illegal here, but excuse me, for some reason they sell them everywhere. Like the small boxes, but they're illegal.
Yeah, but they're more like sparklers. They don't really go that high.
But they're still illegal here.
Interesting.
We need to play. I'm down, Shalom. I am down. Up until last year, 2023, I sold safe and sound fireworks for years. They might be safe and sound. You had a big 120 foot by 80 pavilion tent. Wow, that's huge. But the ring was because I've owned multiple rings, so I'm on the Ring network. Like the Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
And some guy would and you can always tell when someone's new to the neighborhood because they're like, "Is that a helicopter?" They had 20 responses of, "Where are you from? Do you not hear them? If you report it, people are like, wait a minute."
Wow.
We can all hear them.
He's new. Little green. Poor baby.
Well, it's the oversaturation of being able to contact each other. It's like, brother, we can all hear those 3 helicopters. We can all hear them. We can all hear them. Oh, good times. It's weird. It's illegal to sell certain ones, but illegal to own them. So a lot of people go to Washington State and buy them on the res.
I bet.
Safe and sound fireworks are legal in California, which is like sparklers, fountains, smoke balls, pinwheels, toy trick, noisemakers, and some crackling items. Good to know. They sell those everywhere.
Everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yep. And multiple times a year. It used to only be around the 4th of July, and now it's like every major holiday. You'll see them outside Walmart in the parking lot. Is that where you find yours too? The Walmart parking lots? Yeah.
Well, they also, in certain counties, you can't sell them. So if you go anywhere near the beach, for some reason, it's legal. So the second you get near Ventura County line, there are fireworks stands everywhere. Next to strawberry stands and orange stands.
Well, when we used to stay at Myrtle Beach, Cherry Grove is just north of Myrtle Beach. Every night there was fireworks going off on the beach. Every night. People would have them.
That sounds like fun. Setting off fireworks for Halloween, that's weird. Here, it's a huge fire danger. So that's the number one reason people are sticklers about it. That is the number one reason, because we live in fire country. We're going for the 4th of July and then New Year's Eve. That's similar to cigarettes here. The state can't collect cigarette taxes on the res, so people go to the res and buy Indian cigs by the Ziploc bag. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I quit smoking at 9 or 10 years ago, or something crazy. Cigarettes, something crazy like that. I can't get behind exploding strawberries. I can get behind exploding strawberries. There are just never-ending farms on the outskirts of LA County. So when you're driving towards the beach, you can get some fresh food. Anything you could possibly think of that's grown around here, you could buy. Anything.
Yeah. Same thing when we used to go to the beach. We just go, because it's always peach season. It's like in South Carolina, just peaches. And so peaches and watermelons and vegetables and fruits, we just get those all before we even get to the beach. Yeah.
My temperature's wet here, so usually no fire hazard. It is. I live in the land of fire hazards. You sick or something? I have a bit of a clogged nose, but I also realize how loud I am on my microphone. So when I'm up on my microphone, I'm trying not to be as loud because I'm a naturally screamy, boisterous human. And then I watch the stream and I'm like, oh, wow, I feel sorry for earphone people because I'm all up on my microphone like this and I'm just, ah!
And we just tune you down. It's okay. I'll let you know because I wear my earbuds.
I love, moving to the country. Exactly. A lot of peaches.
I need to send you peaches.
Do you know what's so funny? I grew up around when I was a little kid, we had an apricot tree. I have not had an apricot in 30 years, but I will destroy a bag of peaches. I don't like apricots.
They're different. Absolutely. I'm not a huge apricot fan. What about nectarines?
I'll destroy nectarines
Mm,
by the pound. But at first, I think
I
it's because I grew up around a very productive apricot tree. I can't even stand the smell of them.
oh, I have a nectarine tree in the back next to the chicken area. Helps shade them.
It always amazed me how people would come into the tent with a cigarette in their mouth. I'm like, you just entered back black powder area. Okay, as someone
Who
who
are they called?
I own a bunch of black powdered Hooters, that man, my black powder is hidden, even from myself. That's like people who smoke at the gas station.
I don't understand.
I still to this day see people, especially when I drive out like
Oh,
Mojave, California. I'm calling you out, Mojave, out in the desert. They're just like sitting there smoking at the pump. They walk in the store
no.
smoking. Yeah, I don't videotape people because I'm anti-shaming humans, but I can prove it to you.
That's ridiculous.
It's weird. Oh, that's what the volume button's for. It's starting to get drier here. The first ever burn ban in county history was issued a couple months ago.
Wow.
I love apricots for jam. I grew up with like, what kind of apricot jam would you like? I do not. I do not like the feel of a peach.
Oh, wait, I thought we
Wow.
were buddies. We are. We are.
We can only grow peaches, nectarines against the south facing white wall.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with peaches. But again, I grew up around a lot of farms. Like I love avocados.
Mm,
I eat kale. For as much as I talk trash about kale, I eat kale because I've grown up around it my whole life. People do not realize even small fireworks have black powder
I
eggs.
know. They didn't get the memo.
I smoke at the gas station, but I smoke a pipe so the ash ember are contained. That's very true. That is very true. They would make you would get stopped by the cops if you were smoking at a gas station here. The cops would be like, "Are you crazy? Are you?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Are you?"
Like, give that to me. Like, let's throw it out.
Yeah, beaches feel weird.
Hmm.
They feel like a worn out pool table.
What kind of? I don't know what they're dealing with.
That fuzzy
Mm,
feeling bugs me. Kale is yum. I'm obsessed with stuff like that. But again, I don't know any better because I grew up around farm food. My mom was hardcore canner and jam maker. I grew up being the peeler of all things. Oh, I know the feeling on that one.
So Shalom, when I'm ready to start canning, I'll call you. Come on over, and we'll make jelly together. Preserves.
So should I ask my should I ask my Tesla question?
Absolutely.
Okay. So there I
We're ready.
was. Hold on. There I was. I was at Walmart today. Young Mr. Sewing and I were minding our own business. We were shopping. We were going around, and I saw this like suspicious looking dude. He just had this really janky look on his face. Long story short, we bought our stuff. We left. We're sitting in the parking lot, and this man. Oh, hold on. I know.
Oh
I know.
no. It's like a cliffhanger now. This man.
All right. So, and he was obviously around my age. I don't want to say. I don't want to guess because am I considered middle aged, twin?
No, we are not middle aged yet. No. No. Give us about another 10 years. 10, 15 years.
I grew up on home canned stuff. I'm completely over it. Cut an X in the bottom, use a slotted spoon, and dip it in the peach. Oh, that sounds amazing.
And I do that with tomatoes too. Mhm.
Hey, Sydney, great to see you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for coming by. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Oh. Okay, I promise you I'm gonna make my point in a second.
Okay. I didn't know if you're doing exercises or something, like up, down, up,
Um,
down, up, down.
I'm having a
Yep.
super squirrel moment, is what it is. 'Cause I
Okay.
thought certain things were on and they're not.
Oh,
And like on one of my monitors, I was like, oh, I noticed it wasn't the quilt that you have in the background right now. And I'm like, oh, that's an old screen.
see, that's why I changed it up for you.
Okay.
And I'm wearing a different shirt too.
Yay, great to see you.
Yes,
Some folks just have texture. I totally understand
absolutely.
that. I'm weird about texture on a lot of things. So, this guy just looked janky. He just had that look in his face, but I really don't judge people. But when people stare at me, I'm like, oh, Lord, what is wrong with you, son? So I get in the car and I was texting somebody. Hans and I are kind of talking, and I look up, and this guy takes a fat swig out of a Jack Daniels bottle. He's sitting in a brand new sparkly white Tesla. And I mean, he took a fat swig.
Wow.
So, my question is it a DUI if somebody's in a self driving car? If you're in a self driving car, is it a DUI? Oh, that's back. Do I have that? You
What was
enabled that
that?
on your go
Oh,
go
I
like
did something.
go like this. Go like
Like
this.
this?
Yeah, watch.
No.
See?
Oh, I did fireworks.
Go like
Hold on,
this.
let me
Go
take
like
that
this.
off.
Go like this. Make it rain. Make it rain.
Is it rain? No.
Hold on, no, keep them like this.
Oh, I
Hold on,
can
go
keep
like
like
this.
this. That's.
That's like a metal song.
I didn't know.
I used to have that on my
Oh. Well, okay. Hold on. I took it off.
really being a poodle there. It's not a deal.
Oh.
That's
Anywho,
Apple. That's because you have Apple technology.
I do. I do. I'm on my MacBook. It's the only thing I like to play on.
I turn all those settings off because it gets weird. The first time you're like,
I
why is
didn't
that
know they did
thumbnail?
that because I only wanted it for this. Hold on. I'll do it.
No, it's not as long as
That's
they're
all I
not
wanted it for.
driving, but they can get an open
Oh, I did
container.
it again.
It was just weird to me that this person was
Yeah.
getting pounded in a self-driving car. As I'm driving away, I was like, well, it's a self-driving. He had a brand new Tesla. I swear that thing was gonna like a transformer go bop 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 and be like, let's go on a mission, William.
I
Sorry,
mean,
it's
I
just a
really
bad dream. I watched
DUI.
Transformers as a kid.
I'm 100% DUI. I don't care if your car's a self-driving car or not. You're behind and you're operating in some capacity.
Even
Vehicle.
my son was like, is that guy drinking? I'm like, oh son, that is Jack Daniels. Because it was the Jack Daniels shape,
Yeah.
And you could tell he had
Mm.
been pounding a lot of the bottle because a lot of it was gone.
Well, it could have been a while, hopefully, and not just one day. Maybe his girlfriend broke up with him. It's New Year's.
Oh, somebody just set off fireworks. Man, they're trying to get the cops back here.
Yeah.
So let's roll out.
Roll out. Mm.
The thing with self-driving is it's still technology. Technology does go badly. I agree with you. I just thought it was so strange that this guy was openly, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was like 2:45. It reminds me of those drive-through daiquiri places. They put a piece of scotch tape over the top of the straw, and that meant it's not open container. When back in the day when I lived in Arizona, they had drive-through liquor stores.
Oh,
I don't know if they still have them. I have no idea. But 100 years ago, they had we had Dairy Queens where you could pull up, get a gallon of milk, some M&Ms, but to buy liquor or anything, you had to get out. In the state of Arizona, they would hand you a cup of ice.
mm.
This was a million years ago.
Yeah. There was a restaurant that I went to, and back in my college days, and they let me take a drink home. They just put it in a styrofoam cup for me.
Was it legal? Like in Vegas, it's illegal to. It's legal in certain areas to walk around with booze on the street, like in Reno and
Yeah.
anywhere on the street on the
Yeah.
strip.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can.
Australia had those when I lived there. Blew my mind.
Mm,
It just doesn't make sense to have drive-through liquor stores like that.
no,
Like
I know.
it just seemed odd to me.
Mm.
Do you know it's going to be so sad? When the robots finally do take over, it's just going to be a bunch of inebriated people in cars driving around. It's really not even to be like, it's not going to be like Isaac Asimov's iRobot. It's just going to be like
And they're
Wally.
gonna be in the back seat too.
It's going to be like Wally.
Yeah. You're gonna be
Oh,
the first one to get one, aren't you? Drive me around.
no, I'm scared of robots. It goes back to iRobot. I will be putting gas in my motorcycle like Will Smith in the movie. I
Mm.
will bust out of the storage container just like Will Smith in the movie with my motorcycle. And this is me on my motorcycle. Get your motor running, head out on the highway.
I can see that music playing behind you as you off you go.
This year, I'm getting the America helmet. I don't care how goober it makes me.
Full face and everything with the shades that go down.
I should. Well, in the movie, it's like the old school half a helmet without the face guard.
Yeah. You need a face guard.
We have drive-through beer places here. You can buy 20 cases of beer, never leave your car. You could never have that here.
No.
We used to collect pint glasses from pubs for funsies. Every pub and patio outside behind these. Vegas reminds me of every college town ever because they have those little fences everywhere.
Mm.
So, needless to say, I'm not pro self-driving cars and people drive like. We have such problems here with traffic, with everything, with this time of year. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot more high-speed chases and stuff. And now we have some guy pounding a bottle of Jack while his car's driving him around.
Absolutely.
Oh, excuse me.
What more American can you get?
Am I a Karen for that?
You're just thinking about safety of other people. So no. Yo and yes.
Because this particular, like, it just tripped me out. It tripped me out how much, I don't
It
know.
was shocking to you.
I wouldn't put people's lives at risk like that. Somebody is setting off fireworks, man. It's all fun and games until the 3 helicopters come back. We used to collect pine glass. Oh, I already read that. I just have Born to Be Wild stuck in my head right now.
Now, if you get up and start dancing, we'll start worrying.
When this coffee kicks in, I will be in a minute.
Oh, you're already drinking coffee.
Do you know, I'm thinking about something too. I know people that play a ton of copyrighted music in their streams, okay? So I think I'm going to start doing that.
Why not?
Because it's not like I am most of the stuff that I do is copyrighted anyways because of the music I play, because I'm obsessed with 1980s and 1990s music.
I mean, you're not monetized, right?
No, because there's really no point because most of my videos are copyrighted.
Yeah. So they won't take you down. So
Even My So-Called Life is Sponsored by is
you do that so well.
I think everybody has to see that live at least once. But the the song I play, that if you're ever wondering what classical song that is, that's the song in First Contact when Riker walks in and Picard's just blasting a song. There's stuff falling off the shelves. It's that song because I'm obsessed with Star Trek. But that song's copyrighted.
Mm-hmm.
So right off the jump, I'm not making money. You know, I'm worse than like Schnauzer I am worse than a Pomeranian. Every time a firework's gonna go off, my head is gonna turn.
Oh, I know. It's an IV bag, absolutely.
I wish. I wish I always make that joke at my job. I'm like, just put it in my veins, man. Just put it in my veins. Who's your I'm the captain. I need to get that shirt. I need to get that shirt. There's a bunch of hockey shirts, and whenever someone becomes a captain on a hockey team, they always give them the cliche shirt. It's a guy like standing in a boat and he says, "Call me captain." Or you get the captain hat where you look like the skipper from
Yes. Yes.
some
Yes.
cliche that is such a hockey cliche. It's not even funny.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, do you know
But
what?
she was talking about Star Wars, not
I'm in outer
Star
space.
Trek.
Shalom, I apologize. I'm in outer space. I am utterly and completely obsessed with Deep Space Nine. Ben Sisko. Picard is my cap. See, it's hard because I am a true blue Trekkie. I still think Captain Kirk, I still own all the old original series. I watch all of them. You know, Captain Kirk is still one of my favorite. He was a real life space cowboy. But Ben Sisko, hands down. But I think it's because when I was a kid, as a family, we would always come together and watch Star Trek: The Next Generation every week. And
Such great memories.
oh, great memories. I remember when everybody forgets when Picard became a Borg, we had to wait 3 months. If you watch it on Netflix or Hulu or Paramount or whatever, you have to wait 5 minutes, 5 seconds to see what happens. We had to wait 3 months.
Longest 3 months of your life.
I could never get into Deep Space Nine, but the original Star Trek movie was the movies also, especially where the fourth one when they go to because the search for Spock, when they go to 1980s San Francisco, that is a time capsule for what San Francisco looked like in the 1980s. It was like a crown jewel city of America, and it doesn't look that anymore. This is the third or fourth time that I have brought up San Francisco today.
You're on a roll.
Well, I wanted to live there, because I always wanted to live there, but I was never rich enough. You have to either be from there or have a ton of money or own a football team to live there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I always thought Kurt was too full of himself. I love the old school ones when they start doing the 1960s dancing and they go crazy. Like, I love the old school ones. That was such a good movie. But again, I'm biased. I am completely biased. I cried so hard when Spock died. Me. Oh. And so I don't know. That's a loaded question with me. I am biased when it comes to Star Trek in general. They're all my favorite captains. Do you have a favorite captain?
No. My dad used to make us watch it when we were little, and so I'd watch it, but I never really, I just never thought about it.
It's one of those things. We always had family time in my house, and like we would watch Nova every week because my dad was like, "You guys have to learn something."
Yeah, we did too.
Somebody is that guy's trying to get the freaking.
He thinks he's being safe right now. He sets one off. He waits 5 minutes. He sets one off. He's watching you look into the camera.
That would be hilarious if somebody I do walk around with my so-called life patches on. So if you got real bored and Googled me, you'd find me in 10 seconds. For years, I would go around doing the Vulcan hand thing. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I still watch Nova, Shalom. Still to this day, I watch Nova. It's different with everything's online now. So I can go back and watch stuff from when I was a little kid.
Absolutely.
There they go. Remember when the Discovery Channel was actually... Okay. I have an opinion about this. How do you feel about this, twin?
Happy New Year's, Rita.
Yay! Happy New Year's! Yay!
I have to remember that it's only 11 o'clock your time right now.
Don't worry, I will admit at like 12:05 I will end the stream, I promise.
Oh, we're good. But I did not drink coffee past midnight. All right, what were you going to ask me? I'm sorry.
Kind of like MTV. I actually played music. I know my son and I had this conversation just already 2025 here.
Yay. Yeah, it has been, Kilroy, hasn't it? Yes. We're living in the future. You guys are in the past.
Absolutely. Like a true nature's child, I was born. Yay! Happy New Year, Mountain Time Zone. Absolutely.
Woo-hoo.
Where?
You forgot your do you have your cowbell out?
No, but we can go full like. See, I don't want to. I'm all up on the microphone, so I don't want to get too loud with it.
That was a little loud. Thank you. Yeah.
Let's like the banjo.
You gonna play for us tonight? That would be a nice. Yeah, there you go.
Try not to ruin my reputation with the banjo.
It's all right. It's only there's not a lot of us out here. You can delete that off. You can edit later.
No, we keep it real here in the House of Sewing. I keep all blurbs, mistakes, everything in. Where's my other remote?
More people are here.
I'm playing the 90s Doctor Who movie because it's set the movie's set on New Year's 1999. And they made this movie in the mid 90s.
You remember how big that was going from 99 to 2000?
Huge.
It was big.
People were talking about it. Even I was
25 years ago. Oh, gross, man. I had graduated high school. It was my first year of college. Now I'm dating myself. Welcome to my life.
Tambourine. Oh, I can get crazy, Rita. I have a full complement of instruments in this room. Any pick a harmonica, pick any key. What key would you like it in?
D. You have harmonicas too.
I have quite a few.
Oh my word. You're your own little one-man band over there.
I could be if I get the braces. I don't have like the knee accordion, but I could do the butt drum and the knee cymbals too. I know I could go full one-man band.
Oh, we have to do it. We have to do it. I have to see you.
Do you know what lame thing I want to do ever since I was a kid? Do you know those street performers that they have like a bunch of dummies next to them and they're all on sticks?
Yeah.
I could make that in 5 seconds. I could make one of those in 5 seconds. I saw some guy in downtown had one of those, and I was like, you know what? Oh, I want one of those.
You got a mannequin or two in there? Absolutely.
My dad collected and played all kinds of harmonicas. I love that. I had a completely whacked out patient who accused me of stealing her chocolates. I'll be there one day. I will be that patient. I promise. Oh, wow. Good for you, Shalom. Good for you. That's awesome. I'm a extremely overpaid gardener. I work with people too, but I just get paid a lot to make sure the place looks nice. Got my butt grabbed way too many times.
Mm,
So, no New Year's resolutions, huh?
no, we're just doing goals this year. I mean,
But
if I
is
did a
that not
resolution, I'd break it.
okay? But is not a goal the same thing as a resolution?
No, not to me.
I've got several marriage proposals, but it's usually from someone who wants to legally immigrate into this. One, I'm not kidding you. When I was younger, I got offered money. I won't say her name, but there was this young lady from Ethiopia who offered me $10,000 to marry her.
That's it.
That's what with inflation. I'm glad I didn't marry her. I almost said her name. I almost said her. Ah, but I think it was like $10,000 signing bonus. You know, it's like sign on
Yeah.
this dotted line. We'll give you 10 grand. We have more money. Come with me, my friend. I miss my Ethiopian friends. All. Ah, I remember that I worked at a theater for 5 years in a nursing home in Oregon. These people are way out there. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So going back to resolutions, I think that there's like either quitting or starting something. But I'm working on skills.
I like that. I like that.
So that's my goals. My goals is all about skill based. So how can that be a resolution? Either I'm going to make it 100% or I'm at 0. There's nothing in the middle.
That's how I am. You either do it or you don't.
Mhm.
That is like the core of any argument with anybody with me ever. I'll be like, "Did you do it?" And they'll be like, "No." And I'm like, "Then we don't need to go in this rodeo of argument."
I mean, because we
You didn't
both
do what
know
I asked you to do.
every gym in the United States is going to be filled for the next 6 weeks.
Isaiah and I went to the Not So Dollar Tree the other day, and it's in the same parking lot as a gym. Packed.
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 Because we're all getting ready for New Year's resolutions. We're going to lose 50 pounds this year. And by week 6, they're, yeah. Oh, I'm too lazy. I can't go. Oh, excuses.
A resolution is like a second-rate promise. Resolutions are BS. If people were serious about them, they would wait until. Thank you. I feel about this as I feel the
Absolutely.
same way. I do not make promises or resolutions for anything. I simply do what I'm going to do all year long. Absolutely. I like that thing about goals, though. It's better to have goals than it's just weird to me. And also, a lot of the things that I'm doing are going to be therapeutic this year. Like my no buy is me doing an intervention on myself.
Oh, hold on. Let me get the clipboard out. Really? Intervention. I'll keep up with you. I'm like, so how'd you do this week? That can be a Saturday in your Saturday streams. How did you do this week? Let's talk about this week. Did you find it more difficult than others?
You know what? I gained over 50 pounds during the pandemic, and it's taken a while to lose it. It took a while.
Yeah.
It took a long
Yeah.
while.
I still have about 10 more pounds that I want to lose. And then I'm done.
This time of year, I always consider it the eating season, so I don't give myself a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's making pies. There's turkeys and hams everywhere.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse to just be a glutton.
It's my excuse to be a glutton, to be full glutton. You know,
King Glutton. Where's your crown? King Glutton. Double stuffed Oreos. Are you sure that they're not double stuffed? We talked about this the other day. The lie.
Oh, and because I love seeing people's reaction, here are my $7.29. There's $7.29.
Sour cream. Cheddar and sour cream. Yeah.
I've been eating these since I was a little boy, I've been literally eating those as long as
We can be friends. Is
It's
that where you keep your stash right there? So if I ever break into your house, I know where everything is.
I dare you. We'd have to call an ambulance for you. If you break in my house, you come through. I'm a hoarder. If you broke in my house, I'd find you. It'd be like that William Dafoe movie where he broke in that house and everything closes and he's stuck in the house.
I bet I could hide behind something and you wouldn't find me for a while.
Oh, I would. If anything moves, I notice.
Mm,
Oh, Marquette, I have a mannequin in my living room, and Marquette walked in my house last week, and he walked in. He's like, "Oh," and he looks at me, and he's like, "I will never get used to that. I will."
yeah,
I've known the guy for like 10 years, if not longer now.
yeah. So Shalom, I had got bypass surgery for how long ago was that? 4 years ago in December 19th was my anniversary. So I lost 120 pounds. So yeah.
Wow, I will never crap about 50 again.
No, I'll never show anybody my old pictures either. So you'll have to find them.
And I like to cook too. You can't become
Mm,
a great cook without a flat tummy. You'll never trust a skinny.
yeah, that's true.
Never trust. I think about this all the time when I watch like cooking shows. I've never known somebody who's like I know someone who makes amazing biscuits. She's not like a waif. She's not a thin
No,
skinny person, but she's the magic biscuit maker.
it's amazing.
And she always says, "Oh, it's just buttermilk." No, it's not. She puts love in there. She sings to
Yes,
them like plants or something. I don't know.
absolutely. She doesn't. Does she punch them like not like cookie cutter, or are they like drop biscuits?
They're drop.
Okay,
They're amazing.
I bet they are.
Oh, I'm craving them right now. But really, I
Yeah,
make my own biscuits. Sometimes it really is just the buttermilk.
yeah.
Sometimes it is
Cutting
just
flour and sugar is definitely the first step. We're all addicted to sugar as we stare at William.
okay. Look, I am the poster boy for sugar.
Yeah, you are. It's okay.
I feel like I go through sugar withdrawals if I'm kidding.
Go
I'm
ahead and
kidding.
grab your Sour Patch Kids. You know they're right there too.
You're sugar shaming me right now.
I won't do that anymore. I'm
Still
sorry.
to this day, no, it's okay. Still to this day, when I eat them, I'm like, oh man, I've been eating them for 20 something years, and I still do the pucker face.
Just make sure you eat the raspberry ones last. They're the best ones.
I'm not so skinny person, and I know that's unrealistic, but being a size 10 would make me squee.
Mm,
A chef who watches his calories is like a tart who looks at her watch. I think as long as you're comfortable with who you are,
yeah.
like, I don't know. Should I show the picture of what I don't look like anymore? Should I show it since it's the New Year's?
It's up to you. Do you want everyone to drool over you?
This is what I looked like pre-pandemic. I'm going to tell you, in no way, shape, or form do I look like this at all anymore. This is how I entered my 40s. I do not. I gained a solid 50 pounds. A solid 50 pounds. We'll go back to my favorite captain. But all I'm saying is I'm not like I don't know. I'm okay with the way I look now.
Yeah. You got to be okay with who
I'm
you
the
are.
round version of that guy.
He's still in there somewhere.
I ate him. I swallowed. I'm wearing him like a suit.
You're his cape.
Oh, I say 50 pounds is probably like
No.
55 ago.
You don't even look like you did. No.
I was very, very thin.
Uh,
And then, my 40s hit and life happened. So all I'm saying is, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. I like the way I look now. My opinion, when you look in the mirror and you like who you are, it doesn't matter exactly
Yes, I
what
agree
you
with
look
that.
like.
I definitely agree with that.
My predecessor used to say that all the time because he'd say like, when you're young, you look a certain way. You won't look like that 20 years from now. You won't. And it's true. And the older I get, I don't look how I did 20, 25 years ago. I had a Squarespace tire. Oh, I've had a spare tire since I was 12. Only time it went away is when when I was legitimately malnourished. That thing's never going away.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I've never had a six pack, more like a keg, but I do like myself. I enjoy my own company and I have someone who appreciates it. That's what's
It's
important.
amazing. Yes, absolutely.
And I think that more than anything else, because I went through this like weird midlife crisis, and and the final stage was acceptance.
Yeah. Oh, sorry you went through that.
Something happened to me when you know what it was, is when I was younger, I was like the real life Fonzie. I had adventures. I like I don't I lived. I traveled. I did all these things. And then my 40s, and then something happened in my 40s where I was like, I'm mortal. And I went through it was I did not enter my 40s too happy.
It's like you hit that number and it just negative.
No, I don't
Or
know, like midlife crises are real. They're real.
oh,
When you like want to
so
change your
maybe
life
you've gone through yours
I hope I have.
because
But
I haven't gone through mine.
I had all the stuff that goes fast, all the cool stuff, the aviator glasses. It wasn't about any of that. It was I don't know, it was just more internal than anything else. I ranged from a keg to a whole damn brewery.
Oh,
It's part of the natural human development. I think that's
absolutely.
what it was. When I was younger, I felt like I felt like nothing could stop me. I felt, and still in my adult age, I'm just stubborn, so nothing will stop me. But I know my limits now. And when life will teach you. I started working at age 13, graduated high school, and went right into U.S. Navy. Got out and said, "Now," and said, "Okay, now what?" I think that's another thing. When I hit 40, I had this weird thing of like, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I've told you a million times, people work at my job for the rest of their lives. I don't know if I want to be on that pantheon. I don't know if I want to be in that hall of great people.
You'll figure it out someday.
Yeah, when I grow up, I'll figure out what I want to do. I started working at 13 as well. 3 siblings, single mom. She needed help. I worked from 12 up.
So did I.
Oh yeah.
That,
Oh yeah.
that summer, it was spring. It was spring when I turned 12.
Now what was getting a computer science degree, double degree in accountant, started my own computer business and have owned businesses most of my life.
Oh, that's amazing.
Absolutely. See, that's my thing, and that's why I started branching out and doing other things. And I started doing things that I loved because I felt like I was just doing the same thing over and over and over, Just become the grand old wizard of the shop. It's in your destiny. No.
Look at
Where's
he's
my
already
pass?
predestined you.
I'm a free bird.
Oh,
I
you're
still don't know why
Freebird.
I bought this. Oh, I can make a hat out of this.
Mm,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Free bird, no.
Put it on the back of a jacket.
And that's another thing. In 2025, I'm going to try to stop just needlessly buying patches. Did I need Freebird? No. Is Freebird cool? To me, it is. I'm going to throw it in a jacket, and it's going to be a conversation piece.
We just need to teach you how to make your own.
I really want to buy the machine, but then it's going to send me in a rabbit hole.
It could. Potentially could.
Gandalf outfit. I would be honored to be William the Grey. I would be honored to be William, even though I am. My beard's coming back, and every time I chop it off, it comes back whiter and whiter every time. Then in 2000, they told me I was going blind. Then within 6 months, I'd be able in a wheelchair. 2025 and no wheelchair, blind, yes, but still walking. Wow, I'm so sorry, Rita. No, I just put a couple grommets in the end, put a string through it, and make it.
Yes.
I've been watching a lot of the 19. There's on YouTube. There's this channel called the 1920s channel, and I've also been watching a lot of old Doctor Who, and they wear these weird 1920s caps in Doctor Who, like in the old school Doctor Who.
You gonna make yourself a couple?
I would not mind wearing a hat like that. I love a rocker. I love rocker patches. Wow. I have a rocker obsession. Oh, the no patch buy is just like the no fabric. I'm gonna try to enjoy the things I have this year. I know it sounds crazy, but I've spent 5 years buying stuff. So now, like a true crow, I'm going to go through all my shinies. Especially every time I go through my closet, I'm like, oh, I made that, or I find something I forgot about. Yeah, avoid that chair as long as you can, Rita. I'm fighting alongside you. Oh gosh, that's like, oh. I've had lung issues my whole life, and I'm like, I recently saw somebody I considered my age walking around with a full oxygen backpack, and I'm like, oh, I need to go walk that extra mile every day. It's a great, I love the 1920s channel. I have fallen in love, and it's so weird to see people being just like us 100 years ago. Absolutely, Rita. Absolutely. I have a pin problem. I had to stop buying buttons and pins. I had to. I have a Jack Kemp and Bob Dole pin. I have an Al Gore pin. I have a George Bush pin. I went through this really weird phase of buying old political pins.
My grandfather had a shade next to his, where was it? In his den, and he had all the pins on that shade. I remember that. All political pins.
I love stuff like that. To me, that's history.
Yeah.
You're not getting on the oxygen mask.
No, you're not.
In 2025. See, it's not a resolution. It's just something I have to do. So I'm just going to do it.
It's a goal.
I had 8 strokes during COVID. I'm lucky. Would I still have? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an extremely unhealthy person. So like, I completely get it. I completely understand about that. I'm going to have to replace something though, because my swap meet addiction is actually where I get in. Like I walk like a mile to half a mile every Saturday. Even at my job, I've been like, we use golf carts. I've been walking and I'll show up and I'm like, what's the problem? I'm here to help. Give me a second.
Look, hands above your head. Oh.
Yes, people think that people that back then were this or that. No, they were just as good and just as messed up. Same problems. They had the same problems as us, just in a different light. They had a different. It's so eerie. I actually have a book. It's by Vance Packard. It's called oh, what's it called? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, Status Seekers. This book is, well, this is a reprint of a reprint, but this is from over 100 years ago. Read this book. There's no difference between the 1920s then and the 2020s now. I dare you to find a difference. And yes, I cover books because I take them with me places. So if it's within reach, that means I carry this one around with me. I get bored. Having an office, like I used to be out in the field, but having an office job, it's like I get bored.
Yeah. It's hard going from outside to inside.
So I take books with me because I'm sitting in the truck and I'm supposed to be like the head foreman, and I'm like, wow, the 1920s were messed up, man. Oh. I have a genetic heart defect. And that's, oh, I'm so sorry. Same thing, same attitude, same people. Black people and women can vote. No, I'm just saying, people, they have the same attitude in that sense. Where, very true, Shalom. Very true.
See?
I'm not saying we haven't made. I'm not saying we haven't made advancements in 100 years. I'm just saying the disparity in wealth is the same. Don't be sorry. I'm not. I'm just a thing. The disparity in wealth is the exact same. And people are all mad about certain things, and everybody's broke. But all the broke people are fighting. Nothing has changed in that sense. Mm-hmm. In that sense. It's a good book, though. I have so much Elvis stuff I've purchased from Vegas over this past year. I have a giant Elvis tin. I have a bunch of Elvis VHSs, books now. Ever notice that you can spawn people who have never worked in the service type industry as consumers? They are rude. Yes. Mm-hmm. I worked from fast food all the way to fancy steakhouses. I can tell if someone has never worked food service. I can tell. And I tip. I carry around ones like I'm a male stripper. So I tip. I'm like, here, man. I know life stinks, man. Here. Like, I'm a heavy tipper. So ever go to Graceland before it's become a museum? I have with my parents. I have. When my brothers and sisters went away to college, my parents were like, okay, we're actually jet setters. Let's go. You're the last one. I've been to all the super touristy places. Mm-hmm. Like when I think of certain places, like when I think of Florida, I think of the Epcot Center. Mm-hmm. I think of Disney, you know what I'm saying? Like SeaWorld, Disneyland, but like the 1990s version of it. I'm sure none of it exists anymore. Karens keep their Karening to themselves here pretty much. Everyone else is always ready to jump in. Oh, I've never worked in any kind of service industry. I'm not a rude customer because my mother and grandmother were waitresses and set my ass straight early on. It's and plus I learned this at a very young age. Never insult someone making your food.
Oh no.
What is wrong?
Keep it to yourself. Absolutely.
One waitress, she really needed a customer service training. She was the worst. So her tip was a nice shiny penny. There was one New Year's. I was so like, this one waitress gave us really awful service. I gave her a tip of 0 and I circled it. It was like 0 and handed her the thing and was like, there you go. She was almost mad that we walked into this restaurant, but they were open. Oh,
Mm.
I thought my mom would just be disappointed, and that's way worse. I use it on my son. I'm like, you know what? I'm disappointed, and I'll just walk away, and he's like, oh no.
Mhm.
I grew up Catholic. I know the power of guilt. A penny is saying the worst thing you give. Zero doesn't say anything. I was so mad. I was not even willing. I was so mad. Oh, in the petty thing is, I still remember the issue. That's how petty I am, and that was like 10 or 11 years ago, if not longer. I refuse to tip less than 10%. Anything less is just stifling the waiter waitress. Okay, but where is that line? Because here they have tips for everything now. Jiffy Lube has a tip option.
Okay.
Everything. El Pollo Loco. I was at El Pollo. Do you have El Pollo Locos? It's a chicken.
Crazy chicken? No.
Okay, you don't. El Pollo
Mhm.
Loco had it. It's a fast food restaurant here in Southern
Okay.
California, and they charbroil their chicken. It's actually really good. But they have this because everything's done. Everything's done on the kiosk now. So
Yeah.
now they have an option to tip them. It's just weird.
No.
Yes, we
That would
do.
be weird if I went into McDonald's, typed it in the kiosk, and then there was like a tip thing. Like, why would I?
They have
I
that
did
at
all the
certain
work.
ones. They have that at certain
Really?
ones. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, we have those here. I love El Pollo Loco. I wish they delivered. There's one right by my house. Cracks me up because in English it means crazy chicken.
Chicken.
We have everything here. It's called El Pollo Peru. We have all kinds of crazy restaurants here.
We have a place called Alpaca, but it's a Peruvian restaurant.
I love Peruvian food. Hairdressers have
It's
20%
good.
expectations, and it's $200 for a color treatment.
Oh. Mm-mm. And forever in a day since I went and got my hair did. I don't even go now. I cut my own hair.
Me too. It's been a long time since I got my hair did.
I know. Look at it. Oof.
It's time. I
It
need
would be
a.
it'd be hours doing yours. You do your own hair, period. Yeah. It's just sometimes I like the high and the low lights. That's what I used to do back in the day. Absolutely.
My grandmother got a beehive all the way up until she was like 95. She'd go get her hair done once a week or once every 2
Mhm.
weeks, and she'd come back with a full bell.
Beautiful.
You know what's so sad? Like, I have not had long hair since there was a 19 in front of the year, and I would be evil with it. I would have like not cut my hair in 15 years. If I still had my hairline, my fro would be so big it would like block out this room. My mother was actually Irish Catholic. Anybody who thinks spanking is needs to take lessons from Irish Catholic. She made us kids feel like crap. Just on principle. I'm not risking anyone messing up my hair for anything.
I understand that, Rita.
Irish Catholic here too, yes. Dead glares were enough. We call that the ninja death stare.
Mm.
My mom would look at us like we were in one of
Oh,
those like old school samurai.
I have perfected that look with my children. Oh, absolutely.
My parents' thing was do not embarrass them in public because they go scream at you in the car. When my kids were little, I didn't even have to say a word. It was the look. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm. I can't even comment. No. I would give the look, and then they look at their daddy, and then, nothing was gonna happen as soon as they looked at their daddy. Mm-mm.
My dad was an executioner in my family. We were deathly afraid of my parents. That's one thing.
They're
My
not afraid of their
parents,
daddy.
my parents worked together. They were king and queen. This was before cell phones too. They were
Mhm.
like, if you said anything to my dad, he'd be like, "What'd your mom say? What'd your mom say?" Because he knew he had to deal with her. So my parents, they worked together. I actually they wouldn't let anyone come in between them. I think that's a good thing.
Well, congratulations. Can't say the same. Mm.
I've never spanked either of my kids. You know, that's a
Yeah.
10-hour conversation. Even my ex-wife and I, we have communication. When something happens, I'm like, "Oh, did you say?" I tell her like, "Hey, did you know this happened and that happened?" Like, and vice versa. It's just better that way, so so you don't hear two versions of the story. My kids were being rotten, so they dared me to show up during their ex's performance wearing the worst outfit I could find, and I did. I'll be right back. I'm gonna
Oh, my word.
go to the sewing room.
Have fun. Um, yeah, I never spanked as a kid. Like, putting time out in the corner, yeah, a couple times, but no, my parents never popped us. Never did any of that. Mm, that's interesting. I threatened to show up at their school with the higher the hair, the closer to God. Look and call the name in the and call their names in the hallway. Absolutely. I would probably that would be funny to see a parent show up and do that. Absolutely. I work at the same school my kids go to, so I have them over the intercom, and I'll just call out their name on the intercom so the whole school hears it, and then they have to walk down to my room. I've only had to do that one time, um, and it was before school started, but she came. Let's see, Rita, I refuse to spank my kids. My birth mom was brutal and said, "No, yeah, I would never have." Absolutely. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. That one time I was like, youngest kid here, and whatever I needed to talk to them about. That was funny. Let's see. The thing about spanking is just it hurts for a few minutes. Absolutely, a timeout just lasts for a little bit. The Irish Catholic death glare would have you guilty for what you did for weeks. Interesting. Interesting. But you're right. Spanking only hurts for a few minutes. Timeout is just for a little bit. But I would have to put my nose in the corner. Um, my daughter's kindergarten teacher had like a little dot on the wall. So any kid that was misbehaving had to go put their nose on the dot on the wall and stand there for a while.
Oh, you got real quiet when I changed.
Oh, no, we're talking.
I know I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, you're good.
I've been cleaning up.
You're pretty bright now.
I've been cleaning out my closet.
So that's a make. I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
This is old.
Yeah.
This is old.
It's pre Jessica. So yeah.
I made this years ago and I added on to it.
Okay.
And there was a pad shop in downtown Los Angeles. I went crazy buying patches. And I could not stop buying these alien patches.
Oh, so front and back. Look at you.
I was obsessed with that place. It all started. Where's the book? I was on this really weird quest to make a Joseph in the Technicolor jacket.
Yeah.
But then I found this print at Hobby Lobby, which is basically what I was going for. So I
It's easier
just,
that way.
yeah, I just stayed with the print.
So
But
do you need me to send you scraps? I got lots of scraps.
it started. Let's see if it's still bookmarked in here.
I bet it is.
Oh, it is. This is
I
what I
have that book
wanted.
somewhere.
Hold on.
Oh.
This is what I wanted to make. The coat was inspired by that.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. That's a quote from a
Uh,
quilt.
that's like a half a day sew for me.
That's from 1890.
You have the fabric?
Every single color. I guarantee you.
Send me some and I'll send it to you.
I see you
Perfect
have one
quarter
of
inch
your
seams.
New Jersey drones. What do you think about all those drones flying around New Jersey?
Mm. I think they have a place. I just, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Oh my God, I have one. I love that. Absolutely love that. It's a hoodie, velvet sleeves, rainbow striped wool. Oh, that's awesome.
Amazing.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
If they try that around here, we'd be trying to take them down. I have a really long net with a really long a big net with a long handle. Also, as a New Year gift, I'm gonna go ahead and set the Diddy counter back to.
Man, it's been forever.
The other day, I was like, it's been a while since we talked about that shrub, and in my own mind, I was like, oh, Diddy counter back to 0.
And no one was there to deal with you.
Could you imagine going from the lap of luxury to being in federal lockup? Those drones were just the start, though. I agree.
Yeah, they will. No, I can't. But
like real life millionaire with butlers and.
But you know, he's not doing like the average. He's not like the average person in jail. He has his own little suite probably somewhere. He has his like little life that he has to still uphold. I guarantee it.
Yeah, he's probably bored on YouTube like the rest of us now. Welcome to real life, Diddy.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, Shlum? Stars, police helicopters, and airliners. Diddy is the embodiment of evil. Take your medicine, a-hole. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they're in that. That's just the tip of the iceberg as far as that. But it's always been known, like if you work in the entertainment industry, you sacrifice a certain amount of your dignity to be on television.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm just thinking about all those people that were right, of all those crazy things they said over the years. I'm like, oh man, they were right. No, but I wear a lot of the stuff I make. Like I wear this to my job because I layer. I wear many, many layers because it goes from like cold to it's been in 70s and 80s this year as far as December is concerned here.
Oh. Yeah. You had 81 one day. I remember. I got a picture. I was like, great. It's like 40 here.
I almost choked on your must be nice. It is nice.
I'm glad.
And I stay brown year round because the sun's out. It's extremely.
I wouldn't expect anything else from you. If you turn white or turn any other color, I'd be like, what's wrong with you?
No, when I lived in Portland, I lost my hue because the sun doesn't come out.
Oh.
So I had like a certain hue to my skin. See, my winter coat is a cable knit sweater. Your whole life becomes public, no matter what it is. Even so much as throwing a bad apple away becomes front page news. Absolutely. If you take a crap in a hole in Iraq, everybody knows about it. Especially in today's world. Do you think that's a good or a bad thing that we're all up in each other's business?
I don't want to be in everybody's business. No.
It's actually that's why I try to keep this channel above board. That's why I really don't talk about politics. I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about these things because we all have to get along together, regardless of what anyone thinks. We still have to live with each other, you know. So I try to keep it above board where people can come and get a respite from that. Because the rest of the world, that's all they're talking about. You know,
You
I'd
haven't
rather
read
talk.
your you haven't read your mantra in forever.
Where are my notes? Oh, right in front of my face. Too much coffee. I love this. Do you know this is a
You
long
look
time?
comfy.
A long time ago, Butterfly was like, "Why don't you put pockets on anything?" And I didn't have a good answer, so I started putting pockets on stuff.
I really do feel that there should be pockets in your capes.
My 2025 line of capes will have pockets.
Good.
It's just the matter of cutting out the lining and adding a pocket to the lining. That
I
is
need
quite
you.
literally all it is.
You got to make one just a little bit smaller in the shoulders.
You mean you're not? You don't. You're, go like this real quick. We'll see how. Well, I'll do the.
No,
Oh yeah, I'm way bigger than.
like no,
I still
no.
lift heavy stuff for a living.
Yeah. Have
I
you
do
seen
the.
these arms are small?
Rita, I'm not kidding you. I made a whole video about how I made drapes. That was this year too. That's so weird to me.
Oh,
I did a lot of work this year, but one day it was 3:15 in the morning. I'm drinking coffee, and I look out my kitchen window, and my neighbor. She's a senior citizen, but she was literally looking at me like this.
she's like, who's the hot guy on the other side of that window?
I've known her for a very long time. So I go pale
You finally
lobster
caught her.
tail. I put drapes
Yeah.
up. I put drapes. That was a great video too. Hey, if
Oh, I'm
someone's
sorry that you
watching,
burn.
I'm a photo cell. I need the sun. I am activated by the sun.
Yeah. I have a nice tan by the end of the summer.
So
I burn once and then it's just golden after that. I love it.
I feel the same way, Shalom. Like I'm an extremely predictable human. If you're watching me, you're bored. As far as like my everyday life at my house. If you're like watching me in my everyday life in my house, even because I film my shorts in front of my house, my neighbors at first they would be like, oh, what is he doing? Now they're like, do they get in their car, they don't even react anymore. They're so used to me being out in front of the house.
Posing.
I put a pocket in their shirt upside down on purpose just to see if anyone would say anything. I'm gonna do that. I love that, Rita. I love that. That is awesome. I I have this weird thing. I have a bunch of cutouts. I did a lot of upcycling. And I would always cut out shirts and do all this crazy stuff. I would keep the pockets to shirts. This year I'm going to add those to my designs, and they're just old pockets. It was weird. I did that with denim too. I think I'm going to add denim pockets in my I patent pending. I have a whole line of capes coming.
Capes. Capes with denim pockets. Hold on.
I need to
Our
clean out
manager.
this room. I have hundreds of denim pockets around here. How much is that dog? I literally cannot tan my skin. Just can't produce melanin. Or like someone tells me, write your name here on a name tag. So I write your name here and put it upside down on my sleeve. I'm bad at those exercises. When someone's like, oh, write your name, I always put person or dude because I've watched The Big Lebowski too many times.
I always put my last name. Everyone always calls outside of this world. I'm my name. I can't even talk. My last name is me. That's all people talk to me about.
I don't like doing that. Just because my hometown, everybody calls each other by their last name. And so it just reminds me of being an all-star. So I try not to do that. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you sashiko?
Oh, I've been watching videos. I have. Like, I even have like my thread like right here. Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
I've made
Do you?
4 videos
You made 4 videos? I need to find
about
your videos.
I made a video. This is back when I was trying to do like fashion investigative journalism. I was like, is sashiko cultural appropriation? I made a couple videos about that. And I would always
Oh,
come to the same conclusion that I live in the West, so everything I do is cultural appropriation. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
would
I'm
like you
not
to send
doing
me
it.
those videos.
I'm not doing it to disrespect any culture. I'm not doing it to look down. I'm just like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, but also in America, we also call it slow stitching.
Slow stitching. That's what um that's how I first got introduced to it. And I binge watched, was it last year, like videos on it. It's like I no, 2 years ago. I'm like, I really want to do it. Then all of a sudden it came back into my life this week, like out of nowhere.
I'm trying to think. Do I have any of my? I went crazy on sashiko, and I would use everything. I would use yarn,
Yeah.
light thread, heavy thread. Like I would use
Oh,
everything when it comes to
where is it?
designing
No,
that.
I got like a rainbow color. Look, I'm ready.
Slow stitching sounds like a drug slang.
So, but I got to find something to do like hand work while I'm traveling and doing things. So, yeah.
Slow stitching sounds like a drug slang. My son just
Mm.
walked in here and he's like, "I'll see you next year in 10 minutes," and then runs out of the room. I
See
miss
you in
being
10
young.
minutes.
I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember when that was funny. Well, how's the song go? To old acquaintance.
Since
I can't.
we forgot.
That's.
Mhm.
I'll start crying. That song. Whenever I watch "It's a Wonderful Life," I'm like, I'm not gonna
Oh,
cry. I'm not.
yes.
I start doing the oh.
Did you watch that this year?
Of course I did. I was super grinchy this year, so you know I watched it.
I know.
I gotta
Oh,
think
there
there's
was
too much
mhm.
jumping around to cultural appropriation when it's usually I think there's too much jumping to cultural appropriation when it's usually cultural appreciation. Okay, totally. I agree. Took me a second to read that, but I agree with that, and that's my problem because I'm not here to insult anyone. But if I see something I like, I'll copy it. My whole tweed thing came from my obsession with Sherlock Holmes as a child. And it literally because there were Sherlock Holmes books laying around my parents' house.
Mhm.
You know, they were meant for little kids, but I became obsessed with Sherlock Holmes as a child. So, and you know what? Tweed does have a certain smell. Tweed does have a very distinct smell.
Okay. I believe you.
Have you ever owned
It
like a hardcore tweed jacket?
my
Like
husband has.
straight from the factory?
Straight from the factory, no, but I have oh, was it wool? No, it wasn't. No, I went to the thrift store and got a blazer one time for something for high school, but that was, like, 25 years ago, so I don't remember.
I wasn't still am obsessed with Stephen King books and movies.
Oh,
Okay. So
Stephen King.
my mom was as well. I own every book he's ever published, even the most recent ones. My mom buys them for me. She's upset. I have Levitation. Um, I have like
Yeah.
anything that he's put out, I own. And still to this day, The Stand is the thickest book I've ever read. There's no looking at me and thinking I'm anything other than I am. I'm a poster child Celtic kid, but I love what other cultures make. Exactly.
Mhm.
And I'm not here to jump on, if it's inappropriate, I won't do it. There are certain things I try to stay away from, but that's just my thing. I never got a Stephen King bug. When I was younger, I used to read a lot when I was younger. And then I inherited my grandfather's library, and then I inherited my father's library. So I own a ton of books. Oh, I thought I was the only one. I'm obsessed with Stephen King. But it's more my mom because throughout my entire life, she's bought me every single Stephen King book. If it's a movie, I own it.
Hmm.
All his like short stories that were put into one book, I own all those books. The Stand book was completely different from completely different. The CBS did a remake, and they tried to stick closer to the book, and it still wasn't the same thing. A remake with like super modern famous people, and it flopped.
Oh,
It was during the pandemic, though. Okay, man. I have everything but 4,000 graphic
I
novels.
can't stand the graphic novels.
Stephen King and Anne Rice. Hey, Joy. Hello, hello. Happy New Year. Oh, man, we're 4 minutes away.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Should I have been doing a countdown for you?
No, I just didn't realize how close we were. I'm glad I looked and didn't ramble past the New Year.
Oh no, we would have gotten you.
Ah. I never wear eagle feathers in my braids, but I wear braids because I have long hair.
Amazing.
Yay, Joy, Happy New Year. So great to see you. Yay.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there.
Are you ready to start 2025?
This
Are
year
you
in the
ready to
House
put
of Colors.
2024 in the past?
Well, the 2024 is sitting in this room. 2024 is like on top of me right now. My favorite is still 3 books that go with insomnia. Absolutely. That's why we're here too. That's why we're here too, Joy. But the funny thing is, I'm more curious to see if the sheriffs come back because in about 3 minutes, my street is going to light up. Oh, that is so funny. I'm so curious. That firework guy, he's bold though because they had
Mm-hmm.
3 sheriff helicopters circling, and then when they left, he started firing up his fireworks again. So I know in about 10-15 minutes, we're going to have this place going to be swirling with sheriff helicopters. This has been a great year. This has been, seriously, I'm not trying to get too sentimental, but I went from 300 something subscribers to where I'm at now. I changed my name, but not only did I change my name, I changed the direction in which I was going, and that's in a positive direction. Because here in the House of Sewing, we're going onward and upward.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate everybody who was on my channel this year, people I talk to, people I don't talk to anymore. I have nothing but good intentions for everybody, and I'm serious on that. This has been an amazing year. I met amazing people. I met Pam face to face. That was amazing. She's such an inspiring human.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
this year has been an amazing year. So I have no regrets. And for all those people that get weird tattoos, no regrets. I live for that for tattoo fails. I live for that.
Yeah, I agree with Rita.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Rita.
you do have great energy.
I'm just a shrub who sews on the internet.
Oh, whatever.
That's going to be my t-shirt. Patent pending.
I need to write that one down too.
But I have Freebird stuck in my head.
Well, there you go. Start singing it and going into 2025 as a free bird.
We are going into 2025 full captains. I've got Something old, something new.
Oh, it's 3:00. Or it's not, it's 12:00 your time.
Happy New Year! Yay! Noise incoming. Yay! Happy New Year from the House of Sewing. I want to thank everybody. And you know what? I promise to be even more loud, brash. I'm not going to buy a bunch of stuff because I already own a bunch of stuff. But this is going to be a great year in the House of Sewing. Happy everything to everybody, no matter where you are.
Oh,
You
Happy New
made
Year.
it. You made it. People are making pancakes where you live right now. People are getting up and making breakfast right now.
It's 3:00 in the morning. People aren't making breakfast yet. Oh my word.
Oh man. That person, they're taking a wheel. I'm not kidding you. The cops are gonna be here in a minute.
I haven't heard any booms yet.
Absolutely, Rita. We're here for you. And that's another thing. Like I always say, I spend most holidays by myself. So it's good to hang out with you guys. You know, it's good to hang out and have a good time. Because
Oh, it's all William. I'm just here.
We are free burden. It is 2025.
Yay.
Do you know what? I love saying this. You know what? Let's ask
A word.
Alexa, what time is it right now in Honolulu, Hawaii?
In Honolulu, it's 10:01 p.m.
Oh, how sad.
They're behind it. For some reason, I thought they were 4 hours behind. They're 2 hours behind us.
Okay. So when I wake up at 5, it's midnight there. Got it. Good time. Good things in it. Yes.
For
Right.
some reason, I always thought that they were for some reason, I thought they were 4 hours, but they're 2 hours behind us. No joke, Kilroy, anyone driving around right now is a crazy person. It's like an LA rule. If you're driving around, you're probably not from here.
Oh, absolutely.
People do not drive around LA on holidays at all. That's why, like, you'll see all the locals at the grocery store 2 or 3 days before. Even most of my neighbors, they were all walking around talking to each other because no one was really driving anywhere. My neighborhood's pretty quiet though. That's why. Oh, that's why when people set off fireworks. Oh my! That guy. You can see if you look on the camera, you can see the fireworks. Look on the camera.
Ooh, okay.
That guy's crazy.
I did
Your neighborhood. Absolutely.
See, when you hear those big ones, if you look on the second camera on the right, it's over all the houses. You can see the explosions. My sister's hubby works at a jail in New Mexico. He was so glad he didn't have to work on New Year's Eve days. Oh, I'm sure the drunk tank's filled tonight. I'm sure. Like, see, that's the thing. Just like that guy I saw taking a swig of JD at 2:00 in the afternoon, I was like, "Oh, you're the reason why we can't go driving around at night, buddy."
Mm-hmm.
If it's popping off in the yuppie section, imagine. Okay, so there's a part of Mulholland Drive where you can go and you can see all of like LA, Hollywood. You can, on a clear day, you can see all the way to the ocean. On a night like tonight, it looks like the city's exploding because there's fireworks everywhere. They actually have campaigns asking people to stop setting off fireworks in the middle of the city. There was one year I drove.
It's just gonna make people do it.
It was when I was a kid. I was driving around 12:30, 1 o'clock at night on a New Year's. You could see there was a haze of smoke over the city because there's so many people were setting off fireworks, like a literal cloud of smoke. Yeah, it is. I live in the super yuppie section. And they're going off with fireworks. Oh, that's so funny. Do you know what I've noticed this year? A lot of my neighbors kept up their. By now, most people have taken away their Christmas decorations.
They're just cheery this year.
It's just weird. It's weird. My neighbor, I can see it. He still has a 15-foot Grinch lit up in front of his house. It is January 1st, 2025.
They'll probably come down today. We're just waiting for New Year's.
It messes with my camera because the Grinch is just a
Just
mountain of Grinch at the end of the block.
My neighbor's the same way. He has a Grinch.
And
Are they only 15 feet? I thought they were like 20. They're huge.
It's humongous.
Yeah.
It is.
Probably the same Grinch.
Oh man, these guys are popping off.
Amazing.
Are you pro or anti fireworks?
Oh, I love fireworks. Absolutely.
I remember as a kid though, we would go to the local college and they would have professional firework, like mega displays.
Absolutely. Yes. I love to go to fireworks this way.
But they really don't have that anymore. And then they used to have them at the mall, but it became so huge that like it wasn't worth driving over there. Well, if you live in my city, you can just go to any hill.
But no, every 4th of July because I'm always at my mom's house on the 4th of July, we always go to downtown and we bring a quilt and we sit down and they have live music behind us and we wait and we watch the fireworks on the bay.
Some of my greatest memories are things like that. Some of my greatest memories.
And I always cry during the finale and I don't know why. It just excites me, I guess, a little bit too much. I just get emotional.
You know what? Forget Paris with Billy Crystal makes me cry every time. You don't need an explanation. I've seen the movie Casablanca quite possibly 500 or 600 times. I still get emotional in that movie. I love that movie. Waters? What waters? We're in the desert. Oh, Shalom. Every time you bring this up, I remember as a kid getting emotional in the theater when I saw that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, those were such good memories.
Absolutely.
Ugly cry for You know what though? As a man, I feel like we're lied to. It's okay to cry.
Absolutely.
Do not hold it in because then you'll be crazy. I tell my son that, like, bruh, it's okay to cry. If something hurt your feelings, don't cry over everything, but it's okay, I watch Doctor Who. I watch a lot of Doctor Who. Especially the modern ones. They make me cry. Peter Capaldi, his last episode, I was like hyperventilating crying at the end of that one.
Shalom, I agree with that.
I don't think I can trust a man who doesn't cry.
I agree.
I just think we're lied to a lot, and and people believe these weird stereotypes. Like it's okay to have emotions. That's why this year I started wearing floral prints. I started wearing all this crazy stuff because, like, excuse me, you are your own worst judge. Do you know recently when I don't get trolls like I used to, but like every once in a while someone will call me Unc. I take that as an honor. When someone calls me Unc, they're really just calling me old and outdated, but I'm like, oh, thank you. I take it as an honor.
I'll take that. Yes.
Someone recently, they say I have all these terrible things, and I'm like, in all the comments lately, I've just been like, thank you. They'll just be like, someone was like, you're a clown. I was like, thank you so much. Thank you.
I appreciate your kind words. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's about what you do with those emotions that creates the issues. Absolutely. I totally agree. People are awful to themselves. Absolutely. And you know what? I don't compare myself to other people. I try to celebrate other people, and it's much healthier than comparing yourself. And so when people they say crazy things to me, I'm like, "Ooh, that's a reflection on you." I should say thank you. It is taking me a lifetime to achieve. I like that. Oh, I like that. I watched a video recently that changed my heart a lot. It's C.S. Lewis, and it's deep. I'll have to definitely look that up. Do you know one of my favorite lines when people flip me off on the road? They'll be like, "Oh, they give me the bird." I'm always like, "You're not my type." I've made friends that way. There's people that they pull up next to me. They're like, "Hey, man, you've made me laugh. Thank you so much." I've diffused situations. People will be like, "F you," and I always tell them like, "I'm too good for you," or I'll say something. And I learned that from somebody who was like, who this person was capable of fighting, but they never wanted to. So when someone would say something, they'd be like, "Oh, baby, you're not my type," or something, and no one was going to say anything to them because they were big and scary, you know. But it works. It diffuses the situation, especially in traffic. People, especially where I live, people say the most regrettable things. They say the most awful things. Then you find out that they're like a second grade school teacher. They're like, it's called C.S. Lewis story.
Stay quiet after disrespect.
I'm going to be up all night, so I'll definitely be watching that. Oh, I didn't time my Doctor Who, but it's very close.
That's
one year I'm gonna do that. There's certain movies where you're like supposed to like, if you put Lion King on and like 11:01 and all the important stuff happens at midnight. There's like certain movies like that,
You can definitely do that with certain movies. Absolutely.
I'm gonna do that one year, but I need to pick a better movie. This particular Doctor Who story reminds me of when I watched it when I was a kid. Wow, a rare look at the combat. I do. I own a few screens and computers. It is a CIC in here. Time to go death glare my kids bed.
Oh.
It is. I totally understand. My son, I know I'm going to get no work out of him tomorrow because he's up right now. So I know he's going to sleep in until like 1 or 2 tomorrow. Thank you all for the many blessings you have brought to me. And I hope. Seriously, Shalom, thank you so much.
You're amazing, Shalom.
Absolutely. Can't say enough. And we will be back on Monday. No, actually, tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh.
Or today.
Today.
I don't know where I am. I don't know what year it is.
He'll be back in 22 hours, y'all.
Do you know what? Do you know what this time of year is? Shalom, thank you so much for stopping by. Seriously, thank you so much.
I really appreciate you, Shalom. Thank you so much. You bring so much joy to us. Absolutely.
For the next month, I will be writing 2024 on all the paperwork. I do it every year. Every year, I for
21 days to create a habit.
Up until February, I every year I have this terrible habit because I do a lot of paperwork, and people are like, you got the year wrong, because they're scared to tell me, because I'm just signing, and I have to date everything. It reminds me of high school. So I will be saying the wrong date for a while.
It's okay.
All right, I know it's late everywhere else except for here. 6 months later, right? Previous year. Thank you. I do it every year. It's a weird, and I don't do it on purpose either. It's not even a tradition that I like. I think this is the first year I welcomed in the new year with something that I've actually made.
Oh, you need to make it a record, like something that continuously happens.
Yay, we
I'm
made
surprised
it.
it wasn't the Cape.
The capes are heavy. Tweed is heavy. You can't
I
just be
bet they are.
chilling and sitting down with a cape.
I know.
Capes are
Although
meant for like a coat room, you know?
yeah.
Yay, it's 2025. I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm telling you,
Ladies
3
and
weeks
gentlemen,
from
we
now,
are 15 minutes into
I'm gonna
2025.
got new fabric, man. Hey, I heard you had some fabric, man. Don't tell twin. Don't tell twin.
Oh, I'll know. You have the most guiltiest look on your face. I'll be like, what did you do?
The great cleaning is coming because I need to go through all the fabric I have. I'm gonna make a few hobo hodgepodgey kind of things because I have a ton of fabric that can just be sewn together. I'm glad I don't write a bunch of checks anymore. That's for sure. The new year has made me rip up a bunch of checks because of the wrong year. Oh, that too. With our checks, I just have to sign it. I don't have to put. They come stamped with the date with the proper date on it. Oh, those days. Oh, I miss those days when we all trusted each other and wrote everything down. I did not write checks. Haven't for 20 years.
Oh. I mean, I wrote checks last year. I just don't like writing them. When people don't take cards.
I still carry my checkbook for that day. Where someone's
Yeah.
like, we don't accept this and this. I'm like, bam. I got you.
But then it takes them forever to deposit it. And you're like, come on. I'm waiting for it to hit.
Do you know Vegas does the dirtiest trick on their ATM machines? On certain ATM machines, they won't take the money out until a month later. When my bank account wasn't very large, I used to notice that because I'd be like, why is this $500 or $600 and taken out of my account? Oh yeah, I went crazy in Vegas and went to the ATM machine. And Vegas ATM machine will give you more than you have in your account.
Oh, wonderful.
No reason to pay bills with card or cash. I ran into that problem though because I pay everything online. So sometimes, like if anything changes, I won't check. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, I've learned to check. Do you think that's a good or a bad thing? Because I remember having to physically go and pay a light bill, like physically go and pay them in person. Is that a good or a bad?
I went and paid my water bill in person until about 6 months ago. But I mean, it's just one more piece of, just I just would rather have everything just automatically debited from my account and know the day that it's coming out.
I agree. Like
Yeah,
even recently with my card, when my card got cut off,
Mhm.
like I deal a lot with cash, but I thought to myself, like, what would I do if my card just got cut off? Like, so I'm glad that I hoard $1 bills. More than a couple times, I hit the card limit on my debit card and use the checks until the next day. Absolutely.
Mhm.
But now they can instantly check to see if you have money in your account.
Yeah, like I can't just cash a check it I run into that problem. Because I have a couple checking accounts and I picked the wrong one. But
Oh, good
yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's
Good
great.
time. I don't know. In this digital world, I go back and forth whether I love it or I hate it, says the man who is literally
Oh, I
sitting
love
in a CIC like he's in the Navy. Like I have monitors everywhere. I can see everything that goes on in my neighborhood.
No, I'd rather do everything digitally at the moment. It's easier.
They're going off. It is 12:19 and somebody is putting on a show.
Well, you need to
Well,
go watch it.
I'm not going out there. I'm not going. The only people out there right now are the cops and the drunks. Those are the only people out there right now. I do not.
Well, I mean, just stand on your yard. I'm not saying like go out and about.
In my room, like I can walk out the back patio and see, just look
Yeah,
towards the front.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Because I like my backyard too because there's trees surrounding everything, so it cuts down the light pollution.
Mm.
So it's like there's trees in front of the street light, so it's
Blocks everything.
oh, it's
Mhm.
beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And ever since I saw that meteor shower, it got me staring in the sky again.
Yeah,
That
but it
is
was beautiful.
Oh, it was so strange. It was just I'm glad that I was out that night at that time when those meteors were hitting our planet. It was beautiful. And I'm not kidding you. It's quiet out in the middle of the desert, but you could like it was unreal. You could see him hitting the atmosphere, changing color. It was unreal. And no, I will not release that tape because I was like, whoa, whoa, this is so amazing. And people who live up north are like, dude, this happens every day. Like, this is, it's just, I can't see the stars where I live. So I had that moment of like, have you ever seen that video of the guy who cried over the rainbow?
No.
I don't want to be that guy. I haven't said like $250 a day as the safety. If somebody steals my numbers, they can do a lot with it until that's what happened. Somebody, man, I'm lucky they tried to make a big purchase. I'm just lucky. Oh, Rita, I was like a crazy person out there.
You were.
And I wasn't scared because like it's so flat, like you can see around you. And it's funny because where I live, it's black. When there's no moon out, it is black. But when you're out in the middle of the desert, the stars light up the desert because there's so like the light is reflecting off the sun, but there's just you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and when the moon's out, you can see, it's might as well be the sun out.
Let me give you a hint, Rita. You can ask all day long. He isn't going to show it to you. I have personal experience in this.
It's
I'm still waiting on a couple things.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I have limits.
He has limits.
It's because also, again, I love nature and I don't experience it like that. So
Yeah.
when I do, I'm like, whoa.
Absolutely. So don't ever count on it. We'll have to have somebody else release it when he's gone.
Isaiah's
Yeah.
FaceTiming with my ex-wife and like 10 people.
Oh, amazing. Still having a good time.
All right. We've gone we've done our duty. We have ushered in the new year here in the house of sewing.
I've done it like 3 times. Mm.
No, my son walked in with FaceTime and I looked and it's my ex-wife, her friend Mindy in North Carolina.
Oh,
It's a reunion. So I had to give my token wave. But we will be back at it tomorrow. A lot earlier than right now. But we'll be
yes.
back at it tomorrow.
Will I be refreshed? Will I be ready? I don't know.
Wear a Snuggie. There has to be one stream where you show up with your hair up in a scrunchie, like a
Okay.
big.
It could be tomorrow. I don't know. I just feel all disheveled when I'm like that. Like,
No, trust me, I get it.
My word. The day you see that, there's something wrong with me. But okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll wear my glasses. I'll put my hair up in a big high bun on top of my head. I got you. I'll find me a Snuggie. I can burrito wrap myself like this. You'd be like, where did Jessica go? I don't know. I don't know where she went.
Where, Snuggie? Water the chia pet and turn the lights off with the clap on, clap off. I miss those commercials. Oh man, I miss those commercials. But seriously, here's to another crazy year. I want to thank
Yes.
everybody who's here. Anyone who watches this in the future, I absolutely thank you. I'll be back at it tomorrow. New year,
Yay.
new world, no bye.
We'll see if he can make it for the next 22 hours.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm doing push-ups. I'm ready.
Oh,
All right.
my
I
God.
will I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes.
And watch the Snuggie with OxyClean. Oh, those were the greatest commercials. Thank you so much for being here, Joy. I will see you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a great night. Like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye.